Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars Day Zero and Tiny Wars Rest replay. Can't speak right now. So on the left side as the green Cyrus, we got SylerSK. On the right side as the red Cyrus, we got Jeanbat13YT. Usually I do mirror matchups, but since the server reset, my pickings for replays a little bit slim. Most of the replays seem like less than 20 turns, but this one is not. So let's go and get started. Cyrus, of course, is a custom CO, standard boarding cost, 3 radius, 30, 60, 60. All units get plus 15, and all units get, for global superpower, of course, gets plus 15, plus 15. Unloads the CO to unleveled. Your CO may be loaded up to any unit that's unboarded, has not been moved, unweighted, block can't speak. And of course, you get a 2 damage or weak missile silo to fire any location at your choosing. So let's get started. Of course, there's going to be one music this entire game. That's the mirror matchup. Some more infantry there. Of course, it's probably going to be infantry going for quite a bit of time. Not every mirror is bad. Cyrus is not great though. Well, sorry to say that. I try to avoid mirror matchups in general, but right now since the server reset, it's a little bit still slim pickings of excellent replays. I try to find, ideally, at least 20 turns, at least 1,000 actions, but that's not been the case recently. I think a lot of games have been playing, a lot of games have been completed, but nothing out just sort of when I browse forward over seems fantastic. Bike and double infantry. Cyrus, on the green Cyrus does go ahead and CO a infantry unit. Try to get that power charge going, then try to pop the superpower early just so he can go ahead and tech up his CO unit. And our initial infantry phase of the game, there's going to be a lot of targets in front of him. So maybe infantry is a little bit too weak, though it is cheap. The recon may be best if you want to try to do that method. Do now tank followed by green. Red does have 10,000 incomes, could go for tank double infantry as well. Does go for tank and double infantry. Green can go for the same, but does have a little bit extra monies this turn. Enough to get upgrade one of those infantries to a bike. Tank, bike, and infantry. Artillery double bike. Green starts turn 14,000. Go for medium tank, but we'll have to commit a base skip. Granted, when it comes to mirror matchups and have a song playing continuously, this song was supposed to be a transition music, like start of a mission. So it's not exactly very fleshed out. It's intro music. Mission intro music. Got another tank. And double bike. Both players at 19,000 income. Green has 21,000 in the bank, so could go for a war tank. Probably will not. This map is also slightly heretical. It has an odd number of properties. The central property has no counterpart. In order to maintain its symmetry, it is its own symmetrical spot. Got triple tanks by Green Cyrus. Greens have 19, Reds have 19, so this is a mirror match, of course, so they have same energy. That's clearly what that means, right? In this case, different CO units, same energy. Green does have vision of the Red's CO tank, but just need a bit of opening to reach it. Nope, 7 health entry got trapped by 1 health bike. Does not clear it out, does clear it out, and does get a first strike on the tank. Green's at 34 energy, Red's at 24 energy. Tank artillery. Red's now pulled up to 46, 48 energy. Green's at 34. In here and double tank. Green gets a nice bit of energy there. His CO unit could advance up north to the forest, but be a bit exposed, though hidden. Green's at 25,000 income, Red's at 21. So a couple properties still despicably neutral. This city here, this city right here, and this city here. Red can now pull its superpower, fires off the missile, hits the interior down south, strikes it, does see another regular tank, so no tech up. Nice little push down south, cleaned up everything greens, but he does have a nice core of tanks over here, ready to counterattack. Or at least get in position, then attack. Battlecopter, tank, and double bike. Green's at 54 energy. But can possibly get a CO power to pull it out this turn. Battlecopter, bike, infantry, and a missile. The missile knows where it's at, or knows where it's not. Does strike the tank down south. Raise up to 10 energy now. The missile is out of range of the battlecopter, but should be able to advance to the city no problem, and will push forward undetected. Tank, and artillery. Does hit that one there. Green can now pull his superpower. Does pop the superpower. Does not CO the missile. I'm not sure what he CO'd, if he has yet. Tank even takes a shot against the battlecopter twice. Realizing the plus 50% defense global. CO's another infantry unit there. Besides the CO standard infantry unit, that's interesting. Not sure why he did that. I mean, there's a lot of useful tanks he could have done that with. He also could have CO'd the missile. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. And another infantry. Let's take out the battlecopter there with the missile. Tank rockets, so now green has 2 rockets. Red's trying to capture this property down south. That would greatly even out the income. Still one property, still despicably neutral. No longer neutral. Tank, bike, and battlecopter. Does hit the infantry unit down south, up to 11 energy versus 7. Rocket, tank, and bike. So got triple rockets by green now. Let's take out the tank there. However, the battlecopter is in range of the missile. I mentioned easily spotted because on top of this opponent's property. Green heads up north, does spot the tank there. Does take a couple good shots. Red's up to 31 engine now. However, he is in range of a rocket. Not in range of the artillery though. Battlecopter, tank, double bike. Red's at the 26,000 income. Missile takes a little battlecopter. Good shots there. Brings to 41 energy. Does get trapped. Decides not to strike the battlecopter. Probably was worried about the fog of war. Another rocket up north. Green's maybe going to live too heavy in rockets. Artillery, infantry. Does got units there. Does find a tank and does strike the CO infantry unit there. Again, does throw another battlecopter and range the missile. Thought he would have realized that he's fighting against a missile now, but he has not. Does strike the bike there, does spot the rocket, pops superpower there, hits the rocket, and hits again with a battlecopter. And he could seal himself in one of these tanks here. Not that one, battlecopter, tank. I'm not sure where he sealed himself, if he did. Probably should at least seal inside a regular tank would have been good. Let's look at the battlecopter there, hits the battlecopter. Pops superpower there, does strike that unit there. Could have sealed a rocket, I'm not sure what he sealed. Battlecopter, artillery, bike and bike. Let's see, sealed himself in this tank in the middle. It can be so difficult to see that little symbol there. It's the bike. Does take another rocket there. Tank, bike, and battlecopter. Infantry does seal the bike there, so he didn't re-seal up his seal unit. Hits the infantry unit, capture the city, does take it out. The rocket hits another infantry unit, captures the property. Another rocket up north. Green just lights his indirects. Tank infantry. Trying to catch some properties. Green's at 23,000, red's at 26,000. Eight-tier artillery and tank. Does hit the infantry unit there, but with nice little scouting information. Does enter some units in range of artillery though. It will be a 7 health artillery. Does take out the bike there with his rocket. Tank, tank, tank. Hits the tank there and there. Helicopter heading to the center. Hits the bike there. Trying to capture this city there. 8 here does take some hits there. City's at 18 capture progress, so needs 2 more and then it'll be good to go. Also taking an opportunity to hit this column tower. Got a number of units nearby to stop it and stop this 4 health one. Hits the rocket with a tank. And Green's missile is maxed out veteran C. Don't see, maybe one of these battlecruisers in range. Nope, 2 towers away. Missiles down to ammo. Does take out that capturing squad. Green's at 19, 27 energy, 29 energy, 33. Does get another hits there. This rocket can at least strike this missile. Does strike this tank up there. Goes value play. Hits the tank there. Does spot that rocket. Does fall back. Does not take any shots onto it, looks like. Sees at least 2 rockets and artillery. That's a 5 health. Tanks heading push down south, getting some good hits. Green's at 35 energy, blues or reds at 25, 20, 33. When it comes to right now on the battlefield, got 134 versus 123, so red's slightly ahead, about half turn advantage. Of course, getting some good kills there. Missiles are in range of the battlecopters. Rockets bracketing everything. Missile takes out another battlecopter. Strikes that command tank a couple times. Is that tank as well? Pops superpower there. Looks like, did that do friendly fire? No. It may have done it. Tank and tank. Nope, it did not do friendly fire damage. Just looking at my delay of the stream. I'm so used to a lot of superpowers doing friendly fire damage, like Rachel and Sturm. Does clean up some of these units up north. Takes tank alive. There goes a spotter, but still got the comm tower for a bit of spotting them to see. So rockets do have plenty of spotting for them. Missile here is at max out veteran C. 1 ammo remaining. Does finish off the tank there. Missile does fall back to the HQ. He did re-see himself up to a tank. Battlecopter. Into your tank. Looks like he's diving onto Green's command tank, sacking a lot of wounded units. But considering merging that 7 health tank would be good. Battlecopter up north does take a couple hits. Red's now behind, 96,000 versus 117, about a full turn behind now. Red still has 26,000 income versus 23. Battlecopter, bike, tank, and anti-air. Sweeps around, does join. Hits the battlecopter. Takes out some nearby units. Rocket is forward. Got tank, tank, tank. It's a tank there. Rocket, infantry, and tank. Missile's been getting quite a bit of work done, picked off a good number of battlecopters so far this game. Flare, bike, and battlecopter. That was an interesting deployment there. Up north we do have a good number of rockets. Did that battlecopter just go in range of the missile? Yep, missile is in range of the battlecopter. Rocket, bike. And he just finished that missile, or that battlecopter, so that is going to be easy pickings. Then another bike. Yes, make sure to move the unit in, command tank in range of the missile so it gets some power charge. Green almost have enough for CO power. Artillery providing some fire support as well. Bike, rocket, and recon. It's a tank. Right now it's at 26 energy. Of course, move CO units will not be able to pull out CO power this turn. But gets some good work done. Green can deploy CO power next turn. Multiple battlecopters in range of the AngradeVT missile. Tank. Now let's check that unit up north. Missile on top of the comm tower is getting a little bit low on ammo, 2 ammo. Pops the superpower there, gets a nice bit of splash damage, hits the command tank there. Hits the artillery. Looks like the tank will not be going down. Got a rocket, tank, bike. I don't think, yep, he resealed his bike over here. Does take out battlecopter. Pops another superpower there. Does get trapped down south. Red right now is at 27,000, green's at 22. Battlecopter, tank, and bike. Battlecopter gets a good strike there and hits another tank there. Flare will spot the rocket, put a good round into it. Does spot another rocket. Rockets are advancing. Anti-air, tank, and tank. Rocket does get a strike down the tank. The 3 health rockets starting to fall back. Pink does hit the tank there. Red's at 8 energy, green's at 9. Make that 22 and 0. The veteran missile will take a good shot. We have a couple of rockets in this region and tank. Anti-air and tank in reserve. And now Red's gone for bomber. Does seal the tank there. Gets good strike on that tank. A rocket good strike. Takes out a tank there. Attempts to capture. Let's finish off that unit there. Does spot one of the rockets there. Now spot the other rocket. Battlecopter, bike, artillery, and infantry. It's earned 159,000 versus 120. Same unit down south. Looks like a tank. Tank. Does hit some of those units. Hits that bike down south or infantry unit. Battlecopter takes out another bike. More of the front line has been cleaned up. Green is at 38 energy, red's at 31. Missile's at 6 health. The bomber could enter range of the missile this turn. Battlecopter gets shot down. Rocket does get struck. Artillery gets struck. Red's inflicting quite a bit of losses. It's anti-air as well. Does get a shot there on that tank. Does the rocket, takes the rocket there. It's the anti-air, hits the capturing squad, interrupting its capture. Green still at 21,000. Got a medium tank. Does pull back the CO tank as well. Bike and bike. Tank does strike the tank there. Does finish off that rocket. Pops 2 power, hits the missile and command tank. There's some outline units there. Green's starting to take quite a bit of losses. And does take up that artillery, but it's at minimum health. T-copter infantry. Tank and anti-air. Is the missile in range of the bomber? Does take up that 3-off bike, and having the battlecopter trap on that's not great. Bomber's out of range of the missile by 1 tile. Green moves the CO unit there, does not get well superpower this turn. He does have enough power charge at the moment. Flare straight forward, gets a shot on the infantry unit there. Tank, and artillery. Anti-air take up battlecopter. Green's trying to capture up the comm tower. Does spot the missile. He's within the minimum range of the missile. Not to mention the missile is now down to 1 health. No anti-air nearby. And I don't... Can he even range that infantry unit capture up the HQ? 3-off tank's easy enough to break on through, though. Yeah, Rock is out of range, but can at least hit an artillery with the 3-off tank there. Hits out tank, hits the infantry unit there. Anti-air, pops 2 power there, which does interrupt the capture, very nice. And the bomber was re-CO'd, and it did take a hit. It's a infantry unit as well. Artillery's bracketing the tank. Bomber hits the medium tank that got CO'd. The medium tank does go down. Of course, now the bomber's in range of the soon-to-be 5 health missile. Got a pretty good counterattack up here. Good core tank striking multiple of these rockets. Green's taking some serious losses this turn. Another bomber. Infantry, battlecopter, tank, and bike. COs the anti-air, does take out the bomber. Saves HQ, picks off a number of these units. Does enter the range of the artillery. Soften up some of these tanks here. Battlecopter, tank, bike, and infantry. Green starts 100,000 for 115. Missiles will be repaired up to back up to 5. Rocket and tank gets struck, takes out bike there. Does not finish off that rocket. It's maxed out veterancy, so letting that repair up is important. Tank, and bike. Green's at a 67, now 73. Does finish off some outlying units. And the CO tank is up north now. Stops the capturing infantry squad. Greens have 29 energy. Does take the rocket there, trying to flip a property. Green's taking some losses up north. There's anti-air up north as well, so Battlecop's going to have a bit of trouble there. Bomber advances way forward to a forest. Of course, cannot hide above the forest. Tank, and battlecopter. Missile, infantry, and tank. Does take the battlecopter, does find the tank and gets trapped. And out of range this artillery up here. Green's just hanging on by a thread. Right now, Green has 21,000 income, but there's multiple properties now being threatened. Another rocket up or down south. Tank and bike. Does not take out that tank there. Battlecopter. Tank's down 3% health. Battlecopter, artillery, bike, and mech. Missiles 7 health, not to mention there's a health missile next to it. Command tank heading over the left. Does have enough for a superpower, but of course has moved. At this point in time, Green may just need to get out some anti-tanks to help stop this assault. His comm tower is being flipped as well. And got a mech next to a T-copter. Tank, mech, and battlecopter. That's about the 1 health infantry. They're trying to flip a property. Of course, this comm tower is going to get flipped next turn. You could sack the 3 health tank to interrupt the capture by a turn. mech rather than a anti-tank. Let's just try to mech spam. Tank. Try and divert his funds down south for more tanks. Also power there, strikes the anti-air artillery and bike. Helicopter to strike the artillery. Bomber does hit the anti-air and does get finished off there. He can seal the missile or tank. Speaking of which, this missile will be in range of a bomber. 9 health missile is out of range of all the battlecopters. 9 health missile with max efficiency should be plenty to one-shot battlecopters. You don't have to get a full health. Does seal the tank there. Missile takes the bomber. Anti-air bike. Another mech up north. Does take out a tank there and ends his turn. Right now red has 200,000, green has 98, so it's twice the value in the field. Trying to flip some properties. That'll spot the missile. Missile will be struck. Of course, there's another missile behind that can easily one-shot a battlecopter. Infantry, bomber, bike, and infantry. Anti-air. Does strike the tank up north. Battlecopter, infantry, and infantry. And green has resigned. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.